Hi guys, this is Shinji72 here, and this won't be my usual video because today we will talk about... Yes, Game of Thrones, the HBO show now entering season 6. So for the first time the TV show is moving ahead from the books created by George R.R. Martin, and I thought it would be nice to list the top 10 main difference between the TV show and the books. Of course there will be spoilers, but if you are a fan of the show and you want to know what has been changed from the books, well, this video is for you. Let's go. Number 10. The White Walkers. Do you remember the famous battle scene at the end of season 5? Well, in the books it never took place. White Walkers are much more elusive in the book. They are also called differently. They are called the Others. Generally, the Others in the books are more of a looming danger, looming presence. In the book, Jon Snow tries to save the wildlings which are starving in Hardhome, but he never gets involved personally in this kind of rescue operations. Number 9. Underage. A lot of characters are younger in the books. For example, Jon Snow is only 14 years old when he joins the Night's Watch, and this is especially relevant in the case of Daenerys. She is only 13 years old when she is married to Khal Drogo. That's rather underage for today's standards, but was common during the Middle Ages. For obvious reason, her age was raised for the making of the TV show. So there is actually a larger age gap between Daenerys and Jorah, and Jorah's love for her feels a little bit creepier in the books. Number 8. Varys nice guy, not so much. In the show is the trusted friend of one of the most beloved characters, Tyrion. But Lord Varys in the book is a rather questionable character. It is true that he's one of the few who is working for the sake of the realm and not for its own, but he is not helping Tyrion to escape King's Landing on his own will. Actually, he is blackmailed by Jaime into doing so. He doesn't escort Tyrion to Daenerys. And also, do you know who are the little birds he often talks about? The little birds are children whose tongue has been cut off. Quite creepy. Number 7. Nice looking Tyrion. Tyrion Lannister, one of the show's most favorite characters, is quite different in the books. I mean, is physically different. In the show, we are used to the nice-looking and charismatic Peter Dinklage, but this is actually the real Tyrion. He is described as having a twisted and distorted face, and he is not getting any better. During the Battle of Blackwater, he gets his nose chopped off. And that explains a little better why people are uncomfortable about him and why he has so few friends. Number 6. Irrelevant Dorne. The House Martell, the rulers of Dorne, has been quite cut out from the TV show. In the books they are much more relevant and they have many more characters. For example, one of them is Quentyn Martell. He travels to Essos and tries to win the hands and the heart of Daenerys Targaryen. and after Daenerys' disappearance he tries to stole one of her dragons and ends up roasted in a ball of fire. Number 5. A different Brienne. Brienne's journey across Westeros is quite different in the books. She never meets Arya, she never waits for Sansa outside of Winterfell, and that glorious duel with the Hound, it never happens in the books. Still, Brienne did meet someone, but that's for another point. Number 4. Jon Snow, traitor. Also in the books, Jon Snow dies being stabbed by his companions, but the motivation for this killing are quite different. Jon Snow in the show, after becoming the leader of the Night Watch, remains neutral toward the Boltons. All his energy are toward the goal of saving the wildlings. And that's why he's killed, because he's saving the wildlings. Not so in the books. There Jon allies himself with Stannis Baratheon, and it's on the verge of sending the Night Watch south against the Bolton. And that's why some of the Night Watch feel forced to stop him. Some of them are Jon Snow's best friends, but they really feel that he has broken the oath of the Night Watch. Traitor. Number 3. Stannis Baratheon, alive and kicking. No Battle of Winterfell in the books. No burning alive of Stannis' daughter. And Stannis is not advancing alone in a frozen land. In the book, Stannis is trying to rally behind him all the North clan which are unhappy with the Boltons. It seems like Stannis is going to play some sort of tricks on the Boltons, and Melisandre and his daughters are safe at Castle Rock. The last mention of Stannis in the book is from a letter of Ramsay Bolton delivered to Jon Snow. In the so-called Pink Letter, Ramsay declares he has defeated Stannis, but it looks like a lie to intimidate Jon Snow. Number 2. No rape of Sansa Stark. Yes, in the book the controversial scene from the TV show never happened. But there was a first night of wedding rape scene, only it was not Sansa. In the book, the psychopathic Ramsay is married to JEYNE Poole. Who is JEYNE Poole? Is a character which has been cut out from the TV show. She was the daughter of Winterfell Steward and Sansa's best friend. She follows Sansa at King's Landing and she is arrested together with Ned Stark. But then she fell into the hand of Littlefinger. She is forced to serve in one of Littlefinger's brothel, and then Littlefinger comes out with his plan to marry Ramsay and Sansa to legitimate the Bolton rule over the north. Only he is not going to give up the real Sansa, he is hiding her in the Vale. Littlefinger is going to sacrifice the worthless JEYNE Poole. The Boltons know that Sansa, she's not the real Sansa, but they don't care. Also because in Winterfell there is no one left who can positively identify the real Sansa, except for one person, Tyrion Rick Greyjoy. The last of Games of Thrones books ends with JEYNE Poole and Theon, who have escaped Winterfell and are now trying to reach the safety of Castle Black. Number 1. Catelyn Stark is alive. Yes, in the books, Catelyn Stark actually survives the Red Wedding. Well, she doesn't really survive, she is killed and thrown into the river, but the Brotherhood without banners manages to find her body and resurrect her. And this is the new Catherine Stark. She has become the leader of the Brotherhood. Her skin is whitey and pale. Her wounds have not healed. Her throat is still slit open, so she cannot talk properly. And she has changed inside too. She's full of hate and revenge. Brienne is captured by the Brotherhood and brought in front of Lady Stoneheart. And it's quite the shock for Brienne to see Catherine Stark alive, but in such dire conditions. So guys, thank you for watching. This was top 10 main difference in my opinion from the TV show of Game of Thrones and the books by J.R.R. Martin. Hope you enjoyed this video and please comment down below if I've missed something relevant. If you did enjoy, please subscribe for more. This was Shinji72. See you next. Bye.